EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and our home team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll look to throw. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They'll drop to throw. Step nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not seeing it happen here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long. Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Nothing to score after one on EA Sports. Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Aftershocks have cut it back within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of in baseball, the fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll set up to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So as they take it over, we step aside. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good, because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
One back, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
The running back, the ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 45 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd.
And they'll run again. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Aftershocks have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now for the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, They don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Dreadnoughts seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. The Rams get back above 500 as they move to 3-2 with the victory. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for our home team, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schmidt.
Complete to number 82. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Right back to him on 1st down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second and 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
Pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
He'll try again. Try to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and goal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Aftershocks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 2nd and 4. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
They'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games, and I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here, and that didn't occur on that play, did it?
No, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
You
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Second and 15. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Reed. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll set up a throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The offense on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Pass midfield. The 30. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown! A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a handoff running through the middle. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
Well, it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 6, a little over a minute and a half remaining. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Buying time to his left.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead They found a way to make it.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this.
Replay is under review.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the home team here, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile,